2 grand a month, people. That's what we're talking about. Financial literacy. Where does it all go when you've just got a little bit? It goes in places where you probably don't need to spend it. It's easier said than done. When some people are on a budget, yeah, you just pull back on all the frivolous things what you needed. Do you get it? Like, do you really need to put a full tank of petrol in? No, let's put half a tank of petrol in. And you might seem like you're saving some money, but you might go there 2 times within that month, innit? So you're not really, but because you're going back and forward. What I'm trying to say is that I had this conversation with a friend of mine, yeah, and we was talking, and they said £600 a week is not good enough. The going rate needs to be like 8, and £1,000 a week is really good, right? So the people who get even less than that, I know they must be struggling. And there's obviously ways how people struggle and they get through it, or they just make it work for themselves, isn't it? Because I've been at a place where I was getting paid not a lot a week, and I had to make sure that I wasn't buying 2 croissants in the morning. I had to make sure that I walked straight past Gales in the morning, because if I stopped at Gales, yeah, with just lower money in my situation, and I knew it wasn't going to be for a long time. It was just going to be for the time being until I found another job. But that's why I don't sign up to some jobs at some points, because you know what, the deal what they're giving you, I'm making more money working an agency, and I know that. And even working an agency, you can find some places which are paying low amount of money, but they're not expecting you to do nothing. Do you get what I mean? So it's just like, it is what it is, if you get what I mean. But I take them life experiences, yeah, when you have ups and when you have downs, to understanding what you need to be spending. Like, you can't be spending all the time. You can't spend frivolously on shit what you don't need in life. You know, when you look around and you say to yourself, you know what, I'm not using this laptop what I bought. I didn't use this gaming setup what I've got. I haven't played my PS5 in a year. If you do play a PS5, if you lot do play PS5 and games, and that's what I want to talk about as well, is you should add my Twitch in it. I always put it underneath my post in the description box, and my Instagram as well, because we've just hit 10,000 followers. But straight back to what I'm saying is that there's a lot of us that go through these financial problems, yeah, and you might have savings. If you've got savings, kudos. A lot of people don't have savings. You know, like when you watch those little clips and it says the average person has less than £1,000 in savings in their bank account. That is mad when you think about it, because there's a lot of things which could come unexpectedly, what you might have to pay, a bill, a debt, a fucking bailiff letter or something like that, and it might be over 1,000. Do you get it? It might be like 1,002 or something like that. Like, it's all happened to people before. I've got caught by the Dartford crossing before, and I had to pay, I think it was like £750, you know. Do you know? And I thought to myself, if I never had the money, the level of embarrassment what I would have faced myself, I mean, I would have felt a serious way. I don't even think I would have told the story on my YouTube channel, but I paid it. So, you know, I can't tell you that it was no sweat off my back. I can tell you that it took a little dent out of my account, and I thought, I need to make more money. And that's what I think when those things happen to me. But we're all not fortunate enough to have that mindset within, like, oh, you know, something happens to you, you spend some money, I need to make some more. That might not be your way of getting money. Your way of getting money might be waiting till the 25th of every single month until you get paid, which is a lot of people's way of getting paid. And for me making this episode today, I just wanted to touch on the fact of, like, the difference from being an agency person, yeah, compared to having a full-time job. The full-time job is definitely going to give you a lower rate, yeah, and the agency is going to pay you a higher rate because they need you at certain points, and probably wouldn't like you to have much holidays off, right? Because the agency make money out of you working, and you make more money when you work more anyway. If you worked for an agency, normally like your overtime would be at an overtime set rate, which would be time and a half or double time, depending on what they said it was, but it's going to be better for you in the long run. I do find that when I was going through this stage of like looking for a job which was going to balance out my pocket, yeah, it was like, because I had something and it wasn't great, I wasn't in a rush to go out and look for the next thing. I took my time, because I know that taking your time, you can see between the lines or see if a job's for you, if it's not, in it. Like, they might have not a good environment. You might think to yourself, actually, that is a bit too far. Even though I am getting a little bit extra more money, it's a bit too far. And I've accepted now to not make myself fall under that bracket of, you know, earning 2,000, even 3,000 a month. Yeah, I'm willing to travel at least an hour, and that traveling an hour is 99% done in a vehicle. Do you know what I mean? I need to work somewhere where I've got parking, and where I work, where I've got parking. Don't get me wrong, I work 12 hours a day now, but it's good money. That's all I can say. It's in the highest bracket, which I mentioned earlier. And I'm thankful that I'm in the position what I'm in now. I've been in a few good earning jobs over the last 8 months, I would say. Not probably a bit longer than that, about a year or so. So it's allowed me to do things which I know that someone who was living on £2,000, they couldn't do. They couldn't possibly buy a certain car, or even have a studio set up like I've got here today, buy cameras and stuff like that, because it's a lot of extra money going out. And I get it. I get that we all are trying to budget for a better place, but sometimes the answer is just to make more money. Like, stop running from making more money and saying to yourself, you know what, I'll be all right if I... No, just make more money. Everything is going up, man. When the news and these types of people, I don't really watch the news that much, but when the news was saying about inflation and all these other things going on, yeah, I didn't really take much notice, because you know what, I just work, innit? I go to work. Yeah, I see the news, but is it going to affect me? I'm definitely saying no, but it is affecting everybody, obviously. And for the people who it affects, yeah, it's easy for someone else to tell you to go and make some more money. It's nothing. Just get out there, go and make some money. Just shut up. That ain't gonna help the people. What's gonna help the people is having more opportunities to be able to make money, and exploring those opportunities. Don't take them things for granted. Like, where I've realized that I can do a bit of YouTube, I've obviously decided to invest within myself, but try to make ultimately better content in general, content which is more meaningful towards people, content which a wider audience of people will get, instead of this niche audience which I deal with, which is plumbers and people in construction. But some of the conversations which I've been having on my live has definitely helped me be able to talk to the camera, get used to doing more lives and talking about the things which I kind of want to talk about at the same points. Some of the things which really do matter in life, like people living on £2,000 a month, people struggling. And if you are a person within the trade who's living on £2,000 a month, it's not a good look. Of course it's not. But if you can pick up any extra shifts, extra overtime, definitely do put yourself up for it. You definitely got arcs before people will offer. This is the type of world that we live in today. People are not going to offer you to do overtime. They're going to want you to ask. So I always ask, and I'm never afraid to ask neither, because I'm here to make money. I'm not here to look pretty or do something. No. We're here to get the money. Yeah. And that's what I want to leave you with as a message, that if you can get the money in some type of way and there is another avenue for you to start earning, definitely look into those things and try and make the most of it. I know sometimes someone might offer a little opportunity to you. You got to say to yourself, do you know what? When I look at it, is that something that I can do? and is it achievable? If it's a possibility, give it a go, you know, because who wants to be stuck in the same position? Again, my chats are really quick. This one we're wrapping up. If you like this type of content and you found some type of, you know, makes sense, this is something that I might do, press subscribe, and I'll be dropping new videos all the time. So definitely look out for them.